Street Fighter. Mona Kimura, how does she manage this career and is still only why does she fight undefeated? But will shock you. Her hands? And most importantly, from the very beginnings, can she fight with her hands? Only with her legs? The answers, so let's start from the hood. Starting in the 4th grade and up until 12th, 2001, up until entering university, Suho, Gifu, Japan. She became the champion of Japan. Yes, she started her path in boxing will be very useful to her. She achieved success in boxing, represented Japan at the Women's World Championship. The fact that it is a much more brutal sport. Moreover, in 2020, she ultimately chose kickboxing, signing a contract with the Kimura cleverly uses this image in a visual sense. You'd never think she could knock a person down. She is interviewed and admired, smiling and positive, Kimura down with a single left strike. Phenomenon. Her legs, whether it's a hand or a leg, unpredictable. More than that, has literally become of her arms, and legs deserve a separate discussion. Normal jab. In simpler words, fights, Kimura fought mostly in childhood, when her parents made her stand with her legs, leading for many long periods of time, as if they knew predict. However, in her 3rd, she proved that people were clear. Kimura adapts very easily. On the contrary, from what I've seen and gift. In the fight review, easily and quickly to any. We'll take a closer look at this. Debut fight, November 16th, starts her debut fight with jabs. You can see how easily her opponent did take a small hit, but for her, with a solid hook. After this, and effortlessly, Mona hops. That's just a minor detail. And lands some good hooks. Through this turn of events, Ogiwara rushed into, but this doesn't bother Mona at all, sending her onto the canvas. Left, straight, right to the jaw. Ogiwara quickly pays the debt. Good. Mona starts taking the initiative. Managed to get back up quickly, which is to realize what happened. But she managed Kimura's right hook, which sends her in. Another hook lands. Ogiwara. Instead, she literally runs spectacular knockout. Tries to go into a clinch, but fails. And once again, we see smile. This time, her opponent was immediately brings her legs into play. Second fight, January 26th. Beautiful. At the same time, she doesn't forget the Japanese fighter, Yuka. Everywhere, both to the body and the head. And jabs. But when it comes to her legs, here comes that classic. It looks like bullying. Her legs like a spear, meaning her leg manages to get past her leg. Mona remembers that don't allow her opponent to close the distance. Remembers that she spent many years boxing. Meanwhile, Mona's head seems completely out of soldier. You never know what she's going to do next. Out of reach. But if her kicks here looks almost humiliating, her leg looks like a snake about to keep your distance. And she does it so calmly. That has a huge psychological effect. Kimura is saying, step back. In Yuka's frustration when elegant high kicks calmly and confidently, as if she's at even get close to her opponent. Yuka finally manages to land her head, giving her no chance to even get more Chun-Li style bullying to Mona's head. And that can be considered clearly angers Yuka. Emotions take over. Kimura isn't afraid to exchange blows. Same face, just seconds later, take over. And you can see it on her face. Graceful high kick lands on poor Yuka's head. Right after that, a body kick, an unpleasant feeling. And gesture, most likely a parody, another body kick sends Yuka to the canvas. We also see Mona. Still, nothing changes. Completely takes over the initiative. Looks angry and upset. Realize the final round, but it leads to nothing. Once again, she's overwhelmed by Kimura's leg. Unload on her opponent. Mona begins domination. Demoralized, but manages to survive. Kimura's dominance only grows.
残る時間が少なくなってきました。青付近が赤くなっています。今のも受けました。蹴りを出すタイミングも変幻自在という。
So far, latest fight of Kimura.
いや、ほんと全く崩れないのがね。
Beautiful victory for Mona by unanimous decision. Fully switches to Chun-Li mode and starts. Mona immediately starts the fight. He jabs. Ozawa looks complete. Starts unloading kicks on Satoko. Then
これが一つガードの対策なんでしょうかね。
そうですね。いやもう注目ドラゴン。
足の裏痛みますからね。
いやもう一回ガードをいいんじゃない。
あ、いい。そうですか。
はい。いいんじゃないですか。でも角度によっては危険ですけど。
どの辺が具体的にいいですか。
いやまずガードです。
the beating.
相手も
Almost everything lands. She has spent so many years boxing. Beating continues. Mona feels like the.
まあボクシングの技術も非常に。
Especially her sharp jabs and hooks.
さあボディが打ち込んでいく。非常に卓越しているという木村モナです。ここを左キック。
出た。
左の。
するかですよね。
そうですよね。このガードは秘策。
あと小沢選手が。
An extremely poor with blood. It's painful position for Satoko. After such step off. Full to watch. Mona increases punches. At one moment, Satoko's head.
浦部さん、ここまで展開どういうふうに見てますか。
血が出てます。最初の策としては悪くなくて。
右目付近から流血してますか。
最初の策としては悪くなくて。面白い。
脱力した形からパンチを出してきます。左強烈。
危ない。
そして右の前蹴り。
僕の本当についていたでしたが、もう足のその蹴りの。
To Ozawa's head. Who said Kimura?
いやもうそうもう足の。
The second round begins with a
ガードの上からですが、かなり
Kimura is easy to predict.
強烈です。宮田さん。
No defense can save her. We see Mona's fighting game style. A double jab lands, followed honestly, judging by Ozawa's head, dropping her to the canvas. It seems like she had even stopped if she had stayed down. Her face now looks like a smashed tomato. Stood back up and continued to defend herself. Satoko goes down again into the corner to at least clean her face. The referee couldn't stand the sight any longer.
体幹の固め方もすごいです。
多くなっていますけれども。
So this fight turned out for Ozawa.
パンチがね当たった。
The fight resumes, but it was the blood just wouldn't stop. Here Toko kept taking heavy damage. He showed mercy and stopped the bloody beat. Only a matter of time before it stopped again. Were in vain. The referee showed.
ここで試合終了です。左です。
Of course, if she continues to fight, you'd never guess it's clear that Kimura has a very bright. In conclusion, yes, it's if she wanted to. She's cheerful and kind-hearted.